And we're live with the Sunday Fun Day energy. I am your High Priestess Phoenix, your spiritual healer and teacher, and all the rest of that great stuff. I am the Lilith reincarnated. In order to keep up with me, you are to catch what I post in my community page, my latest live video, and anything in my shorts. What am I looking for? The Lumerians. That's not it. That's Kelly. Going back to Kelly. I don't think so. What's up, everybody? Where are we at? I mean, picking fights with God, I suppose. I was going to start with a whole, slur of curse words for the last person that was in my comments telling me not to curse. Can't stand you fucking people. I went outside, I got all ready and stuff, and I put on my dress, and I just went to go sit outside. And I'm like thinking about what the day holds. And I posted this on my community page. And God's like, hold up, swole up. Go up there, get you a pack of cigarettes, get you a bag of weed, and get your ass back to the dungeons. Really, it's not. I said this sacred space, but realistically, no. Now, there's many ways you can perceive it, but ultimately, what is it? I told you there was a more than likely possibility he was going to keep me on lockdown until the New Year's. What is it? He's working on you. He's working on you, and he hasn't finished his works, so he doesn't need you. It's like he doesn't want you to focus on your outside world. You need to focus on your inside world while he's working on the outside world. Really? Something like that. It depends on how you want to see it, but when you're really just tired of sitting around with him, like, all right, I'm ready to go out and build a snowman or something. I'm going sledding. I'm going to do something with today. No, you're not. It's Sunday, and I have lots of teachings, and you're my messenger. Shut up, God. Anyways, before that, I did a video. We talked about these. I don't want to talk about any of this. Really? No, I'm just over here digging through the light codes, seeing what he wants to talk about. I'm just being disagreeable. The second ray of wisdom. All right, we're going to take these 4 cards. No more God. No more. We're going to do on Sundays. It's all God's day, and I got to deliver God's messages and shit. I am a priestess. I don't deliver church. We might get into some religious studies, but it won't be just the Bible if I pull anything out. So that's what we're doing. What do we got? Lumerians, divine nature, some archangels, and light workers. Really? Yes. I made a video earlier, and I'm kind of stuck there. It's like we didn't even close up the last chapter. We're already on to our next week's worth of work. Do you see it like that? I see it. It's a lot of spiritual work. Internal work. Realistically, yeah, I'm ready to go and, start my life. But I haven't even got my direction. Hey, good morning, beautiful. I posted that. It's like, people will go out and they'll plan their whole future based on their ability to plan out today. And it's like, well, I guess. But it's like, when your mind works like my mind works, I don't try to put too much into today because I can sow the future defeat for myself. Because, today I think different about things. So today I want my focus to be on this, and I'm only focused on this because, I have hard feelings about something else. Something like that. I'm just trying to teach you how to direct your mind. As I'm saying this, I'm seeing this beautiful picture, right? I'm seeing the angel behind. What is that? The higher self. We talked about it yesterday, your inner spirit. No, the spirit's not the nurturer. But it's all of that, trying to nurture you through all of this bullshit that you just do not know. Let me get some guidebooks out. What is all this? Messages from the divine, from the light. I teach you what the dark is trying to teach you. There's some light. I'm a light worker. I work with them, but this is their, God's day. The light. I'm going to need this one. I'm going to need this one. Where's the Lumerians? I'm going to need that one. Thank you. How do you know which ones to go with? Whichever one I feel is easiest, to be honest. Really? And still, I'll look at them as like, geez, these are all heavy cards. But that's how I do this. It's all a feeling. All right, what am I talking about? Light workers. After you work through a certain level of your darkness, you become a light worker. Really? Yeah. We're restarting these. We're only on the second card. We only pull these on Sundays, but not every Sunday. So you can work through it. Life's missions for light workers. What is it? As a light worker, you are here to help humanity through your own personal healing and spiritual growth. That's what it means to be a light worker. You can't run around telling people you're a light worker when you're fucking not healing or spiritually growing and you're just projecting onto people. A light worker is someone that has found the light within themselves and guides others to the light. I'm not of the light. I found the light. The door is this way. Realistically, yeah. You will have at least one main issue to work through. It might pop up in different guises, but the key issue your soul is growing through will always be there underneath. What is mine? Lilith, domestication. Generally, your main healing issue can be found in the area of your life where you encounter the greatest difficulty. But whether you know your main issue or not, which is just sex, it all came down to sex. But whether you know your main issue or not, all you need to do is take one step at a time to do what you can and surrender the rest. Eventually, this issue will have a positive effect on your life and spiritual journey as you work through the difficulties and understand how to heal it within yourself. Then, as you master the issue, you will develop expertise in assisting others with similar issues. That's where the spiritual authority comes from. You can't teach somebody to do what you haven't done. I feel like I'm always all right. All right, Aries. They have made me aware of they're making me aware of every time I go to talk down to you for your lack of spiritual understanding or authority. Why don't you know these things? Because you haven't done what I do. I'm not denying you your ability to use magical resources, but they're not going to be as effective unless you open up your heart to Jesus Christ. Is he your enemy? Who has beef with Jesus? You don't have beef with Jesus. You have beef with Christians, with the followers of Christ. Okay, do you have beef with Trump? Or do you have beef with the American citizens that get on your face about Trump? Just saying. Do you really have a problem with Obama? Have you met the guy? Or you just don't like his political views? You don't like people that fucking stand behind his political views? Have you ever tried to see it their way? Look through their eyes? Anyways, moving on. Or you may outgrow the issue and never refer to it again. It really depends on your soul's path and what is best for your spiritual empowerment. One thing I have consistently observed in the universe will provide you with every support when you are walking your path. And that's it. What is my path? I am your spiritual healer and teacher. I'm a shaman and a seer, an oracle, a light worker, a starseed, an earth angel, a mystic, a medium, a psychic, and a witch. All of those makes me your messenger of God, a prophetess. I'm in all of the books. I am a reincarnated soul. I can teach you the science of reincarnation and help you to understand that this is not your first life experience. Although you're acting like you've never lived before. Don't we all? Live it up. That's a whole nother thing to talk about. Okay? Now, what this is my purpose is to heal myself and through my healing journey, teach others how to heal. That's it. In essence, I have to spend the rest of my life healing to be relevant. How does that work? Because I spent the first 39 years of my life hurting. So I spend the rest of it healing it. Otherwise, you just, die hurting. That's the alternative. We could do that too. That's always an alternative, right? With your free will. I'm just going to be a shit person and I'm justified in my shit ass fucking personality. All right, whatever floats your boat. Hey, you know why this stood out to me? It just did. It's the first picture of the beginning. Really? I mean, I didn't know that, but it really stood out to me as I was talking. I saw that angel in the outfield. Let's talk about this. The second ray of wisdom is a consciousness of loving wisdom straight from the heart of the universe. We talked about this all weekend. The heart transmissions, how the heart speaks, the language of the spirit, of the universe, of God. God doesn't speak to me like that. That's how I translate the bullshit. He doesn't speak like that. I look for words to translate what they're showing me to you. He doesn't speak to me like that. He's not disrespectful. He doesn't call me no types of bitches or no shit like that. That's just how comfortable I feel to, you know what I mean? It's like having a mute friend. And he's like, nah, he says it's all cool. And you know, you put words in their mouth, bro. He doesn't really speak like that to me. It's just an open conversation, right? And that's why I'm always trying to get fucking Lewis to call a bitch a bitch. Call me a bitch, Lewis. Show me you're my friend. Call me a bitch. Sorry, I just had to point that out. Anyways, he doesn't like that I'd be acting like that. It's like, no, I don't speak to you like that. Why you tell them that I'm like that? I didn't say that. Is that moment? I didn't. He doesn't. I just translate the bullshit as that. It's not really. He doesn't. No. It amplifies the magnetic power of attraction, empowering you to pull into your life all that is needed for your life's work. It brings the opportunity to heal, restore, and understand through the power of love and the light of ancient wisdom. The spiritual master knows as the the spiritual master known as the Buddha is with you now to help you fully receive and integrate the blessing of the ray of light from the universe. Buddhistic. What is that? What do you know about Lord Buddha? What do you know about Jesus Christ? The study of religion is to understand the lives they lived, to get an introspection into who these people, so-called people, were, until you understand that they were just gods. Oh my God. Right? So like this conversation can be had across the world. Pac was a god. Kobe was a god. Michael Jackson was a god. Martin Luther King was a god. Gandhi was a god. It's the godliness, bro, that you exhibit through your life's experience. So we study these people and we put them in the place of godliness because of their acts of kindness and nobility and leadership. You don't need to be a Buddhist. Can I please and thank you? To know what kind of energy you get if you're just hanging out in a Buddha. You think of a, you know what I mean? A happy figure. I shared him in my post yesterday. What does that mean? It's to be in a good energy, bro. Praying to an angry God is what? Just validating your own anger? That's what it's like. You know, I've been in my darkest pits of anger, and that is the only energy that can come into that dark space. I don't even want to talk to Jesus. I don't even want to talk to you. Yeah, there's no point to talk to you. I want to talk to you. You're all kindness. Get out of here, fluffer. Really? Yeah, all kindness. Buddha's more about kind discipline. Jesus didn't bring that discipline, but he is in that second coming. He's a coming. He'll be coming around the mountain, which is what you can see the Christ. You can see Christ in masses is what that means. Realistically, I mean, you could just wait for him to be put in a body and born again and all of that good shit. Go for it till that day. On that day. And realistically, where could it be? How big of a man could he be that you can see him from all places across the globe when it's a round circle? Think about it, bro. He spoke of the unseen and everything. You weren't listening. Now, going back to Buddha, it's... Imagine they you know, a bunch of people drag you up into the temple of Buddha. And he's just sitting there happy-go-lucky playing with the flowers and shit, playing with his, you know what I mean? Just chilling. And they're like, this fucking rotten scoundrel fucking did all these terrible things, and they're a terrible person, and they need to be crucified to death. And you're looking out there like, what? Say something, bitch. And Buddha's going to sit there and talk you down. And he's going to talk down the whole room. Okay, I see what you've done. Do you understand what you've done? Now, is he going to insert, you know what I mean, law upon you? No, his is just the lesson in which must be learned. He's not the bringer of judgment and crucifixion and all of that. You're not going to you're not going to drag any person to his temple and ask that they be sacrificed for what they've done. He will bring them the discipline and the wisdom to understand it and set them free with a better mindset. He's not going to slap a kid. He's not going to put you in jail. He's not going to embarrass you. He's not going to do anything like that. None of that. No, he's going to help you understand the cause and effect of what you've done. He's going to speak to you as a small child, regardless of what they accuse you of and what your skin or your appearance might be. Really, he sees you as a soul that just needs some guidance. There's a lot of people that really, it's a loving way to learn discipline. It's structured and loving and understanding and very patient. Very patient. It's a wonderful place. I got introduced into the Homeless Brotherhood of Buddha in what was it? Probably about January of this year. We're moving into January of next year. I want to point out, it's a great place to be, and that's where you're just in a place of self-discipline. You get into their frequencies when you've mastered yourself, or when you're actually in the process of doing such things. That's where the ascending masters come and speak with you. Really, yeah. So going back to it again, with respect, all respect due, you can't just practice one form of spirituality or religion thinking that you know exactly how God works and you're doing the perfect works. Because as I went back to my video, and that's me projecting onto Wolfman, him projecting, he's like, I know all magical wonders and I know how all of this works because I've traveled the world and I've learned all of this. You can learn it all and learn it all again and think that you know it all, and then travel somewhere else where they pray to God a different way and they access the magics and wonders of God a completely different way. You can't know all of God without knowing how he works in your life. Then you can see him working in everybody's life. But it's through man and how he came in the forms of man that we understand how to exert this power and what the true power was with those that had power. He gave, Hitler all power and made him a tyrant in time that we will speak of till the end of time. We will never forget the power that was given to that man and what he did with it. But then we talk about, you go back to Martin Luther King or Malcolm X or, even Rosa Parks. The simplistic power that we have that we're denied, which is our ability to stand up for ourselves. Go back to all that happened, they were all following rules. You couldn't break certain guidelines, and that's exactly why this war, if it's still happening over there, it's been years now. Are the Russians still at war? Nobody's here to verify this shit. But the same shit that, last I checked, like the Palestine and all that shit's still been burning and shit. Why doesn't nobody stop the fight? Because of guidelines, rules of war. You're not supposed to cross over it. It's not our war. We're not supposed to get in. You know what I mean? It's that turn your head mentality. We're all supposed to be, there for each other. But when shit pops off, it's like, well, that's my cousin and that's my friend and this is that. And we just don't get involved. We'd rather watch them tear each other apart than take sides to any of it. And there's no side to be taken. What happens is after negotiations fail after they're a stalemate for too long, then comes force. They're going to force this until you submit. And if you don't, then they lose their force and then they have to, surrender to the fact that they couldn't force this change or this opposition or this fucking way of life on you. And they give in. If not, they've won. And now we have to live by their rules and do what they say because they've won. Yeah. What does this have to do with anything? It brings the opportunity to heal, restore, understand the power of love and the light. No, I think we were down here more. It is inclusive, drawing things towards you in the invisible magnetism. It is a gift to you in the time to help you attract into your life people, opportunities, and teachings that will help you succeed in your life's mission. This ray will help you focus your consciousness in your heart. It will bring to consciousness any unresolved matters of the heart for healing. Told you, that's what happens on a Friday. Well, it happens whenever. That's what brings the tower, the heart. The heart brings all of this to being, and it calls in what calls me to fucking the toxic bullshit that me and fucking Bobby Dutt go through. What caused me into this pain and suffering? It's my heart. My heart calls me right into it, bro. And that's what's calling us both. Why? So we can heal. It's the same thing. It's like, why did this happen? Your heart did it, dude. Your higher self called this in. Really? It's always calling in your next challenge. Why? So you can integrate it. You can become more powerful. Blah, 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 blah. This includes not only issues of relationships, but also any issues around trusting your heart to lead you. This ray will help your heart in an affirming and nurturing way. The challenge with this ray, given that it's so magnetic and attractive, is learning to discern when to say no and when you need to. Imagine a fisherman catches a wide net and casts, a wide net and catches most of the ocean in it. Not everything is useful, and every even desired by the fisherman. I spoke about this last night when we were talking about turning up your magnetism. It's like you have to understand what this brings. You're always calling it in. At the highest level right now, I'm calling in all possibilities, all things, all wonders, and I'm getting them. I'm getting it all in my net, the internet. Just that's fucking funny as fuck. And I have to decide. I can't just eat. I can't just do all of this. Not all of this is right for me. And that's where it is I take what I need, I give some to others, and away we go. But right now, that's what's happening. I totally talked about this. Where was it in that book? It was divine receptivity with discernment. Knowing that you're calling in great things, but not all things are great for you. My attraction level is up super high. I'm calling in all kinds of dudes. All kinds of dudes. Really? I promise you. And not all of them are good for me. They'll all be a good challenge. You know what I mean? In the sense of all of them will make me a sharper person, and I'll learn much from each experience. And that's it. Like I can move anywhere, but not every place is a good place for me and my family. I can do any job, but not every job is a good job for me and my priesthood. I can date any man, but not any man is going to, bring me happiness. Because I'm open to anything, fucking everything is coming at me. And I have to be discerning about how does this feel? And that's where it takes a lot of mind power. You have to look into this deep, into every option you're being given. You have to scrutinize the contracts, see what this would look like in the long term. Calling in Bobby and a future with Bobby is calling in a very difficult future for myself. But I saw and that's what I asked, if I do this, right? So this is what it was. He said he's going to lose everything if they find out. They're going to take him to court. So in my head, I'm logically like, all right, paint this picture that he sees. What is it? I was like, all right, so he couldn't go home, and his children would need a new place for him to be with. And you'd have to be able to keep the structure because he has his child all these days, even if he's not home. And what if she doesn't want that kid no more? And all of this, it literally falls to the fucking ground. So I was like, all right. What would that mean for me if I was to step into this? I literally had to logically think this out, something I never thought about before. I would have had to have a structured home if, in the sense, his second wife says, well, I'm no longer watching the older kid, because that's what it is. He has joint custody of his older child. So 4 days out of the week, she watches him. That was her child before they had one. They had this structure. But what if she gets a wild hair up her ass and says, I'm not going to watch him no more? Where's he going to go for 4 days out of the week? And who's going to keep his structure? Who's going to drive him? Who's going to keep this lifestyle that they had? See, it gets real intertwined. And then what if she says, well, fuck you, and you can't see him either? And now he has to go to court just to see his youngest kid. Everything falls apart on him. So I saw it as like, all right, he'd need a home. He'd need a stepmom. He'd need all of this. And I'm like, all right. It's not that I can't do it. I could do this. I could be what you needed, but would you be what I needed? Would you be present? Would you be open? Would you be available? Would you be someone to talk to? Or you're going to be the same man that you are for them, completely distant, just running around, living your own life, paying the fucking bills. And I'd just be sitting there raising your children. You can say that's where the thought started, and I started to think about long term, I need to get a house. What if this actually happened? What if I got what I wanted? He needs the structure. And then I started thinking bigger. It's like, well, I mean, it wasn't that. I just wasn't structured on the idea of it. I just kept flip-flopping. I didn't really want to settle down. I wanted my fucking trailer. I wanted to live in the woods. I wanted to be distant. I didn't want to sign any fucking leases or commit to any kind of anything like that. But through him and his needs and my desires, I saw this, and that's what started it. Again, it's always him that starts this idea, and it doesn't work out with him. But through him, I manifest all great things. It's not like I'm using him, because the really fucked up part is I saw us. And now it's just me on this mission, impossible, putting in other people into this future that I thought we could have. I don't give up on the idea of the future. You just have to keep going with more possibility. And that goes down to some bullshit that God told me. It's like, don't stop loving them. Just go love someone else. You are in love with the idea. You're in love with the possibility. Just keep your eye on the prize. This is what I'm trying to do, is create a happy home. And he gets me going on the idea of what it could be. Why? I don't know. I have no reason to believe he's a good husband based on what I know him to be. It's all based on a feeling in between us, dude. I swear to God, it's very dangerous. But it creates goodness inside of me to where it pushes me to go hard in areas of my life where I'm like not going at all. So I'm grateful for the journey, but I'm sad that it never works out with him. But still, I'm still creating, you know what I mean? Fortune, fame, and success just out of this fairy tale idea that one day we're going to be together. Ah, stupid. Anyways, going back to it. The bigger picture expands, and it's like calling in this future is calling in a lot of challenges for me that I'm not above or beyond, and it's asking me to grow up and be in a place of, you know what I mean, whatever. And that's the same if I go into any relationship with anyone, I'm stepping it up into a new role. But I need to, and that's where I was like, I need to feel secure in my own role before I start putting on other roles. What am I hearing? Keep rolling. That's not helpful. Limp biscuit. That was a good punchline. Realistically, yeah. And that's what it is your heart's calling in your next big challenge. If I got what I wanted, this is terrible. And that's what I was afraid of with Russ. I really wanted a future with him. And I put a lot of thought into it and a lot of feeling into it and a lot of effort into it. And then after it didn't work, I still knew how much I had put into it and that one day this could still work. And I was always afraid. Because why? Because I'd have to grow up and I'd have to apply all of this and I'd have to, you know what I mean, be that loving woman. And then I see Jonica, I'm like, thank God. Thank you, God. It's easy for her. Why? Because she accepts him at face value. It's not easy for me. It's easy for everyone to love Lewis and Marshall and Wolfman and all of you just the way you are. And I do. The way you are is what I love, but it's the parts of you that you won't show other people that I'm madly in love with, that I push, the parts that you're denying. It's the half of you that you don't even know. We see it from time to time. It's like they're in love with your conscious, I suppose, your flesh. If you think about it, all the things that people love about Russ, I can't stand. All the things that people love about fucking Bobby, I can't stand. All the things that people love about Lewis, I can't stand. All the things that people love about Marshall, which is Eminem. People love Eminem. I can't stand. Eminem's a joke to me. All the things that people fucking love about Kanye, I can't stand. I don't even know who Ye is. He's annoying. He's a fabricated fucking impression of who this man is and what the world created him as. He's just being whatever the fuck you think he needed to be. He's fucking P. Diddy. He's a fucking poster child. The things that you love of these people, I don't. I love their soul. What's hidden underneath, the real true person that lies underneath there. So in order for me to be in a relationship with this person, their soul, it's a soul connection. It's not of the physical. So like it's easier for you to go and be soulless in those with your wife, with your girlfriend. You can be so low vibrational and they just love it. They love everything about you. I love the real you that wouldn't sink to such levels. I know the true essence of what you are, and I believe that you're better. And so, being in a relationship with me is far more difficult than being in a relationship with anybody else because it's like being in a relationship with Kobe Bryant. And I want that same relationship because it helps me to grow. As much as it's funny, with Wolfman, it's like something came in and told me to be better. An energy stepped in that made me realize I needed to be better. And though I fight it and whatnot, it's still a driving force. And that goes back to my first twin flame. He came into my life and pushed me to be better. And that's what they do. And that's a good sharpening of the tool if we're both becoming better and wiser and stronger and more evolved emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. And if we're able to do this as a power couple and show other people how to emotionally, spiritually, mentally evolve as individuals or in a sacred union. And that's what I'm working towards. But I need a partner that puts in just as much effort into the realness of what is being called here. We're being called to be better people for ourselves, for a partner, and for future children. To lead by example. We are the leaders of the future. And I show you through this weekend alone how difficult it is when God's calling on your heart to do some shit and you just don't want to be the better person. You want to give in to some low shit, but you got to go big or go home and be like everybody else and wait for a leader to show you how it's done. Really? Wisdom. Why do people flock to churches? Because they need somebody else to teach them about God. Instead of taking the time to do, independent studies, which is called devotion, where you sit down with your own Bible, you take your own notes, you ask your own questions. What makes you think they have the answers? You think they talk to God. It's a conversation that happens between each individual inside of their heart. It's not outside of you. You can get entertained about the conversations I have with God, but I'm more intrigued on what he's telling you. I know what we're talking about. Same old bullshit. What's he trying to tell you? How does he speak to you? And that's where it gets beautiful in these religious studies, is we can see how all of these cultures talk to God in a different way and how he talks to them, how he shows his works through, their wonders. Wonder why. Never mind. Moving on. No, I have the comments turned off. Somebody got stupid in my comments earlier, and I don't care to comment on the situation. I'm trying to be light. All right. This ray will help you focus your conscious in your heart. It will bring to conscious any resolved matters of the heart for healing, right? So, I don't know. As I said that, I'm like seeing blended families and shit like that. That's difficult and stuff. I was projecting on him. I was like, I don't want to be your third baby mama And I didn't realize that no matter who I have babies with, they're going to be my third baby daddy. Such a projection in life. Meaning what? We failed twice? No. That's one more than you, Marshall. I'm hilarious. Take the good with the bad and keep on going. What'd you get out of it? I got 4 fucking wonderful kids. What about you? Anyways, while some things are... Okay, where are we at? All right, the challenge with this ray, given that it is so magnetic and attractive, is learning to discern when to say no when you need to. Imagine a fisherman. Yeah, we talked about all that. While some things are gratefully accepted by the fisherman, other things are best returned to the ocean where they belong. And that's going into a relationship with Wolfman or any of them. There's a lot of acceptance that needs to come into play during this journey. It's like, no, you're not going to be perfect by the time you get to me. I'm going to have to accept you at face value, right? But I can't just put you through a fucking, you know what I mean? A fucking meat grinder to make you the perfect sausage I want to taste. Sorry. Oh, man. Even when I try to keep myself out, here comes myself. Oh, man. Sorry. Anyways, in the sense of, I can't expect Bobby to have, you know what I mean? To be a good man when he's going through, you know, like... You give him a gun and expect that he knows how to kill. Nah, bro, he doesn't even know how that gun works. Realistically, I mean, seriously. You will need to hold on to you will not need to hold on to every opportunity, confirmation, person or situation out of fear, lack, or loss. Instead, you're learning to live in true abundance and flow. Practice, that's what I told fucking B this morning. I said it's an addiction. It's a terrible behavior that I'm trying to fight. She said, what? She's like, are you going to work? I was like, no. I did a no call, no show, and I thought they would take me off of the fucking calendar, but I still have work tomorrow, so I could walk in that bitch and act like nothing happened. But it's just me and my addictive behaviors. She's like, what are you talking about? I was like, I don't need this job. God's got another job for me, and I won't give it up. She's like, where's that come from? I was like, desperation. When you're out there begging and you'll do any job and I just want a job, and then you get a job and you can't give it up because you're just like, you can't say no because you wanted it so bad, so now you can't say no. She's like, really? I was like, yeah, it's terrible. She's like, so you're going to go to work? I don't know. Realistically, if it wasn't a Monday, I know that I'm not supposed to work on a Monday. So hopefully that alone will help me again with tomorrow's battle. You want them to just do it for you, right? Just end the relationship for me. What is it about? I don't need it. It's like stealing, right? That's what I showed her. It's like stealing. Why do you steal? Because you don't have money. So you go on stealing and you keep stealing and you keep stealing. And then you get money and you're still tempted to steal. You forgot that the only reason you stole is because you didn't have money. But now you've made this a way of life and you don't need to do this. You only were doing this because you didn't have money. Now you have the money and you need to stop the behavior. It's the same thing. I only did this job to get money for this. I don't need to keep doing this. I don't need to keep lying to myself. I don't need to keep cheating myself out of a good day because I need to keep telling myself that I need money. Do you understand? Probably not. But moving on, it's like that's why you hold on to stuff. Is that a fear, lack, or loss? Well, if I give this money up, what happens if something happens and I needed this money? Do I have any foreseeable reason why I won't have money in the future? No. So it's an addictive personality. It's a behavior. It's out of fear. I'm working on it. Really? Yeah. And I just want to show you that self-sabotage is a way that we try to deal with it. Avoidance, try to deal with, making this difficult decision. Well, I'm just going to fuck this up. I'll make them pissed off and then they'll kick me out. Shit like that. You know what I mean? I'll start some shit and, instead of just standing up and doing it. So it's like you lied and you lie and you lie to protect yourself, but you don't have to lie anymore. But you can't stop. You don't have to lie anymore. Your secrets are safe. You don't have to lie about anything, but you can't stop. Just want to point this out. Trust that the universe has all that you want and need in unlimited supply. The universe will truly provide for you, dear light, dear child of light. Told you, Starseed, light worker. God's always got something for you. He's just asking you. Realistically, he's not going to give you. You can't have dessert until you give up your dinner. You can't have new things until you give up the old things. And it's a lot of it is just mindsets. It's so annoying that's holding us back. It's like, you haven't fully quit your job. No, I still haven't gone over to Target. I'm still hiding because I haven't made my decision and say, no, I quit last week. I know, I just haven't faced it. And that's what it is an avoidant. You're like, we'll just hope it goes away. To make me do the right thing. This is a very different way of thinking to how most humans are conditioned at early age, but it's never too late to change one's mind and open up one's heart to a more loving, abundant, and enjoyable way of life. What happens is, and that's what I showed you, every time I do it, he gives me more money. He's rewarding me by the very thing I'm sacrificing. You didn't notice that. Every time last week that I called off work, I went and I found all kinds of money. He's replacing that with him, showing that he is in all things. Really, I promise you. When the Buddha comes into your world, he brings a gift of wisdom that includes openness to all that is without judgment. This might be the struggle that will eventually be revealed as a blessing in disguise. Going back to you, Wolfman, you clowned me during this portion of my life. And I forgive you, but obviously your words wounded me. I was already a wounded soldier from what I had been to stand on the top of a mountain and look what I've done, only to have this man at the bottom of the mountain. Look at this stupid bitch. She gave up all of her life and ran into the woods to live in scraps and wear rags. If that's what you want to do, you clowned everything that I had done. And anyone that had done it before me, and all of us that are being called to do it. I had climbed this unbelievable mountain with my 2 children and my dog and all the fears of the world on my back, only to have you sitting there fucking, you know what I mean? You get what you give. Why are you quiet? I just see this. It's like you called this upon yourself by denying my very fucking, it's like you denied me, so then I just deny you. You get what you give. Say it again. When Buddha comes into your world, he brings you the gift of wisdom that includes openness to all without judgment. This might be a struggle that will eventually be revealed as a blessing in disguise. It might be the challenge that causes you to grow into readiness for the next phase of your divine life mission. I had to surrender everything of this world. And it's not far from Christianity. It's giving up the pleasures of life. It's having self-discipline. You speak of such things, but you give in to your every purest fucking desire. Weren't you in a nightclub last night? I like how you posted. My favorite part about that is how nobody in the crowd was dancing. Everybody's standing there in zombies, filled with poison, waiting for the frequency to tell them what to do. They're just standing around, a bunch of people, a bunch of weirdos trying to connect. No ability, just through, you know what I mean? That. It's not a place to have a conversation. It's a place to grind on each other until until it becomes tear your clothes off, filled with enough alcohol and drugs. You don't make a true connection in that room. But you were disconnected in a great big city, and you had to be part of the nightlife. And now we see what you do with your night. Meanwhile, what are we doing? I'm looking for an astronomer to tell me which stars are connecting with me and what energy and life force they bring to my body. You're over there trying to connect with fucking physical beings and rub your body on them and feel powerful in your flesh. That you're part of something. What? Same thing that every fucking other teenager is part of on a fucking Saturday night? You do see how I see this as nearly impossible to have a settled down life with a man like this? But yet, look at all the men I've chosen that God has chosen before you. Mission impossible. Finally, the second ray of wisdom relates particularly to teachers and education. That's what it is. I am the teacher of all this bullshit. You are encouraged to trust that you have a message to share and that it is helpful and educational for others. Whether your involvement is education or teaching is formal or less obvious, you are encouraged to honor the energy of the teacher in your life. And that's what it is. You're trying to run these, you know what I mean? You're trying to do love readings, and then you're trying to do erotic teachings, and you're trying to go on spiritual retreats, and then you're trying to be an adventurer, and you're trying to do all these things. You're trying to make yourself big in all these areas, but never focusing on nearly any area of your life. When's the last time you updated your travel channel? That's what I mean. It's like, dude, you're exactly what they said in that video. You're dabbling in everything and not applying yourself to anything. I do that in my physical world in some ways, but in essence, mine is just more about experience. You're just there to boast and say that you were part of an experience. You're not truly experiencing, growing, or evolving in any type of way. You take your same patterns and behaviors and be the same person everywhere you go. You don't adapt to the atmosphere, you just overcrowd it with your own energy. And you think it's so superior. Anyways, me, I'm like trying to keep mine to myself. In some way, your soul purpose likely involves helping others to learn through wisdom and love. That's what I teach. I'm here to do that through my own wicked experiences, to take my own wicked heart and turn it into a loving heart for all humanity. And I teach you the trials and the tribulations of doing such things and how it's justified to have a wicked heart and what makes the heart wicked. We don't have a wicked heart. We just have, wicked thoughts. Really? I don't. Invocation. I'm going to pray for you. Can I pray for you? Okay. Give me a minute. What does that mean? It's not just me in front. I have to like visually see this. I'm invoking energy upon you with your permission. And that's what I said yesterday. I was like, I don't put people in cocoons and I don't heal them. I literally have to walk up to you and ask you if I can pray for you. I have the sense that you need my prayer, that you need my healing. God did that to me in year one. Had me in parking lots and shit, fucking at my knees in dresses and fucking praying for fucking strangers. God damn you. And then some of them be like, no, I'm cool. Well, good. I didn't want to fucking get on my knees and pray for your fucking dumbass anyways. I hope you die, motherfucker. Die, motherfucker, die! Sorry. Really? I mean, I told you. I wasn't always a priestess. I'm a dark priestess. I do it. Yeah, I'll go ask God. God, what the fuck you want me to do with this motherfucker, bro? Really? That's how I talk to him. And then I'll be like, okay, God said. That's so funny. I'm a very different person between Saturday, under the Saturn day energy, and then God and his hopeful fucking light and love and lighters. All right, let me pray for you. Let me put on the light. Turn on the lights. All right, we now accept of our own free will the blessing and grace of the second ray of wisdom in our lives. Through unconditional love and divine mercy, we open our hearts with joy and to the magnetic and creative field of attraction. Oop, they're turning up the levels. We gratefully open up to the abundance in all ways with trust, wisdom, and serenity. The universe provides all. Oh, I saw a spiritual boot camp ahead of us. The universe provides all that we want and need with grace, love, and perfect timing. Thank you, universe. We call on the loving assistance of the genuine ascending masters the ascending master known as Buddha in all aspects of this process so that all beings can receive the loving benefit of this spiritual gift according to divine compassion. Through divine grace, so it be. Did I know Buddha was in this card? I don't know. I mean, we've read it like over and over. Do you guys remember that? I would have expected that in one of my crystal mandala cards. We pull out a crystal and we realize that this crystal is connected with that energy, and we pray to, that ascending God or that angel or that goddess. I don't remember this, but there's a lot I don't remember, so don't, put too much on it. We had brought out his card and he was sitting out. God, I have so much teachings in front of me. I have to bring out his book, though. And it was intense. It was a huge celebration, etherically, and I just remembered like dancing, like a child dancing with Kobe. Look what I've done. Look at where I've gotten us. They didn't, I mean, then I seen pictures later how Kobe was, studying spirituality, and he did places of meditation, and he was very much disciplined in those type of mindsets, and he created his own mindset based on the understandings and shit like that. But for me to enter into that realm, you know what I mean? I guess it's to enter into the kingdom of God. But when you enter, when you realize it's all the kingdom of God and you're just in different areas, you're like, don't go to the West Wing. What's up there? You can hear all these scary noises. I want to go check it out. Who's coming with me? Then I'll be in there and I'll be like fighting the darkest demons and seeing the most disgusting things. And then all of a sudden, here comes an angel that guides me back into the light. I'm so serious, dude. You go into the dark and you find the light. You sit in the light long enough and you get filled with darkness. Really? Why? Because they meet. They're equally balanced. You're supposed to be in between, but you just kind of get sucked into both. Really? Yeah, suck this. It's 11 o'clock. I'm so hungry. What do you got to say, Buddha? These are the teachings of Buddha. Did I study this? Nah, bro. When he comes, we sit down and we study. I study with all of them, ascending masters. Who am I? I'm Kuan Yin, so I already spent a lifetime with him. Where did we go to? Duties of the Brotherhood. What page are we? 390. I just turned to a page. Doesn't matter. It's all good shit. You're taking it out of context. Do you want to read it one for one? Go for it. All right, duties of the Brotherhood. Thus, with this mind concentrated, he should cultivate excellent wisdom, the gift of wisdom, and aim only to perfect enlightenment. If a homeless brother forgets himself, lapse into greed, anger, resentment, jealousy, see what I mean? Conceit, self-praise, or insincerity, he is like the one carrying a keen, two-edged sword, covered only by the thin cloth. And that's what we were talking about, is the reversed King of Swords. When you know what I mean? You use your knowledge and your wisdom as tyranny against others, your power of knowing. There's power in knowing. Really? Yeah. And we go back to it. It's like, when I reached this level, this is ancient sacral ritual rites. You're not going to be able to live in a Buddhist temple without giving up your life, dickhead. You don't get to bring in your girlfriend. You don't bring in your problems. You don't bring in anything. And that's that I'm seeing a Doctor Strange moment. It's like, sit down. And then I open up your third eye and you're like, teach me. No, get the fuck out of here, smartass. That's what's going on with me and him. You fucking think you know it all. You have no fucking idea. I need you to leave all that out the door. No, but I know. But my mom said no, but no. Do you want to know? Or you want to tell me something? There's things of this world I'd like to know, and you're welcome to teach me, and I would be very grateful. But you're not going to teach me some shit that I'm here to teach you. That's not how this works, dipshit. You're not the teacher. You're the student. And in order for me to be the teacher, I spend all day as the student. All day they tell me how to be the teacher. And this goes back to Bobby. I was like, Bobby, he needs me. He can't be in a place of authority spiritually without me. He needs me. He's too arrogant. Thinks he fucking knows it all. Really? Yeah. So going back to it, it's like, you are going to be asked, and you already did, dipshit. You're as homeless as I am. You're more homeless than I am. You don't know where you're staying unless you make some money to stay there. And then you're always dragging extra people along because you can't be by yourself when you get there. And then once you get there, you do the same things you do everywhere. Stupid. You're probably the person that needs a fucking extra room in my house, dipshit. Could be you or any of these other guys that need to run away from their fucking captors. It's a very captivating story. Fucking damsels in distress. Anyways, he is not a homeless brother simply because he wears a monk's rags or carries a begging bowl. He is not a homeless brother just because he recites scriptures easily. He is only a man of straw and nothing more. Even if his external appearance is that of a monk, he cannot remove his worldly desires. He is not a homeless brother. He is no more than an infant clothed in a monk's robe. Those who are able to concentrate and control the mind, who certain wisdom, who have removed all worldly desires, and whose only purpose is to attain enlightenment, only these can be called the true homeless brothers. Thank you for having my back, brother. I want to cry because people don't understand what this journey was about until they come in and show you, I took her through this. She was walked through ancient rites. This is what was called of our people. She is one of us, and she is called to do this. And that's what I said before we even said that. It's like, you clowned me for this. But when I realized what I had done and how I had entered the sacred realm of the Homeless Brotherhood of Buddha, that I wasn't just a monk, I wasn't just a homeless person, but I was a controlled mind that had sacrificed my worldly desires for nothing more than God's guidance of how I get there, which is enlightenment. This world is going to tear you down, but I promise you, the spirit world is right there for you. I didn't know I was going to read this. I just turned to a page and he's there to show you. Don't you fucking doubt her and the fucking voices that are telling her and the things that she's done. The people won't. It's your own people. I'm honored in so many cultures. I exist. You know how many people have prayed to me in whatever form I ever took. And then just by the fucking documentary alone to see that I rewalked the ancient ways and brought the gods back to life. I'm bigger than your stupid fucking perception of what, my situation is. And through love, someone like Bobby was able to see past my situation. No, he couldn't understand why I gave up such a great life to be homeless in my car in the name of God while everybody was calling me crazy. He tried to make jokes of it to calm it down, but he still had love for me even though he didn't understand it. And that was Marshall. It didn't take him long to understand. This is bigger than a show. This is no show at all. It's God showing you. A true homeless brother is determined to reach his goal of enlightenment, even though he loses his last drop of blood and his bones crumble into powder. Such a man, trying his best, will finally attain the goal and give evidence of it by his ability to do the meritorious deeds of a homeless brother. Number 5. The mission of a homeless brother is to carry forward the light of the Buddha's teaching. He must preach to everyone. He must wake up sleeping people. He must correct false ideas. He must help people have the right viewpoint. He must go everywhere to spread the teachings, even at the risk of his own life. I'm not just a missionary in Christ. And this isn't just a Christ consciousness we're talking about. But I am a priestess, and I spread that good word, and I have to be this all the time. I have to go out and challenge people's authority. I have to challenge their beliefs. I have to be righteous. This is what I'm called to do. I don't get to take it off, and that's what I put in my post. Some days I just want to, run away from the palace for a little bit, get away from the priesty work. No, bro. I'm allowed to go do my errands, go for walks outside, go to the spiritual store to get more teachings. That's it. This is my job. I'm the messenger of God. I have to sit here all day decrypting his messages and giving them to you and living by them. I'm a light worker. The mission of a homeless brother is not an easy one, so he who aspires to it should wear Buddha's clothes, sit on Buddha's seat, and enter into Buddha's room. When wearing Buddha's clothes means to be humble and to practice endurance. To sit on Buddha's seat means to see matters in a non-substantial and to have no attachments. To enter Buddha's room means to share his all-embracing, great encompassing. I was almost not going to open this book. Embracing great compass and to have sympathy for everyone. 6. Those who wish to teach the Buddha's teaching acceptably must be concerned about four things. First, they must be concerned about their own behavior. And that's looking in the mirror, seeing that you're falling short. You're being an asshole. You're being just like other people. Why can't we just be like other people? Because God asks us to be better and show them a better way by kindness, compassion, generosity, love, forgiveness, understanding. He's asking us to be better than what anybody's ever been for us. People don't treat us that way. Why should I treat them that way? Because every human deserves to be treated well. The more we treat people well, the better they'll learn to treat us. We are, and that's what it goes back to the mirror. It's like, you keep flaring up on me, I'll keep flaring up on you. That's what happens with me and Bobby. The more I love him, the more he loves me. The more I run, the more he runs. It's just a reflection. You give what you get, or you get what you give. If you're always giving out love, you're going to get love. It may take some time, but it does work. All right, let's see. What was the second one? Second, you must be concerned about the choice of words when they approach or teach people. That's it. Becoming aware of how hostile the delivery of the words is. That goes back to the King of Swords. I told you, me and Marshall had to look at that. We're all powerful in our words, but we're hurting people with our words. Right? Third, they must be concerned about their motive for teaching and the end they wish to accomplish. What are you doing this for? To make people better, to find sick people that are sick like me and make them healed, to turn angry people, hurt people into happy people, to turn non-believers into believers. Through what? Just my life, dude. I can't do anything else. Just showing you how God works in my life. Fourth, they must be concerned about the great compassion. I struggle with that. Not everybody can learn as fast as I learn. Not everybody has put everything into it. Not everybody believes in what I believe in. Secretly, they all want this, but they don't want to do the hard work it takes to be a good person. Everybody wants a better life. They don't want to be a better person. And I have to be understanding, and that's where Christ has to come in all the fucking time. And, you know, even with myself, when I'm sitting there screaming at my Lilith and just trying to make it calm down, it's like I can't solve even my own problems in one day. It's a forever thing. I'm forever going to have to keep nurturing myself into being a better person. I am a forever evolving project of enlightenment and betterness. I can get better in this area and only to step in some shit in that area and realize I got to fix this part too. I'm constantly worrying about being better in all areas of my life. That comes from Kobe Bryant. We can be, call it competition, if you will. I can be a better person than you. I can be a better person than you. I can do better than what you've done. I can act better. I can talk better. I can, you know what I mean? It's not about winning, just overcoming yourself. Secondly, he must, firstly, to be a good teacher of Dharma, then a homeless brother, you must first have all his feet well set in the ground of endurance. He must be modest. He must not be extreme or desire publicity. He must constantly think of the emptiness of all things, or of things. He must not become attached to anything. If he is thus concerned, he will be capable of the right conduct. And that's it. I'm doing this just to do it. Not for the prize, not for anyone to see me, not because this is the right thing to do. It's integrity. It's being pushed. Secondly, he must exercise caution in approaching people and situations. He must avoid people who are living evil lives or people of authority. He must avoid opposite sex. He must approach people in a friendly way. He must always remember that things rise from a combination of cause and conditions, and standing at that point, he must not blame or abuse them, or speak of them, of their mistakes, or hold them in light esteem. Thirdly, he must keep his mind peaceful. Considering Buddha as a spiritual father, consider other homeless brothers who are training for enlightenment as his teachers, and looking upon everyone with great compassion. Then he must teach all equally. And that's what I said. There's non-judgment. If you've been entered in, then he will teach you. He doesn't believe you're not teachable. He doesn't care how long it takes you to learn these lessons. And that's God. Fourthly, he will let his spirit of compassion display itself, even as Buddha did, to the utmost degree. Especially, he should let his spirit of compassion flow out for those who do not know enough to seek enlightenment. He should wish that they might seek enlightenment, and then he should follow his wishes with unselfish effort to awaken their interest. That's where it is. The compassion is, they're talking about he, meaning the person that's you, that walks as the light of Buddha. He's all compassionate to, as I see this, it's like, you know what I mean? I'm seeing kind of like this whole like Karate Kid scene playing out in my head. It's like, you have no idea what you're doing and you're not doing it so well, but you're going to learn and it's going to be okay. Think of Yoda. Was Yoda going to hit you with a stick or call you a bitch? You've got to understand, and that's where I kind of felt really terrible for Metatron getting stuck with a fucking, you know what I mean? A fucking airhead like myself. They don't see us as that. They see us as capable minds that just need to be developed. And sometimes it just needs more molding. It doesn't matter. He doesn't see you as you're going to graduate by next year. He said, you're going to graduate. I will be here until you graduate. However long it takes. Really? Yeah. And that's God. Again, it's different energies. Like I said, you know, Jesus wasn't, they're just different ascending masters. And it's great to be in his presence. I didn't see that coming. I got to stop now. We're going to have to do more of the light codes because we just got into religious studies. But that's how this happened. How'd you end up homeless? I gave everything up in the name of God. All my worldly desires, everything, all my pride, everything I was working hard towards in my life, everything that had any meaning, I gave it up and I found a new meaning for life. I still like the finer things. I still love it. I don't miss the things I had, and I'm not trying to replace the things I gave up. It was a long battle. It's not like, you know, I want to live in, you know, secondhand clothes and in a, you know what I mean, being in a humble situation for the rest of my life. But that was part of it, detaching from the desires, because it's those desires that make you mad. You go crazy about having, you know what I mean, the nicest things or keeping up with people or just validating yourself. It took a lot. And that's where I said, it's like I lost all sense of pride. How do you become humble? It was a humiliating experience, that's to say the least. And then you have someone come in and make fun of all of your hard work. You're like, you have no idea what I've been through. You're just looking at me like you have no idea. I just got released from fucking Azkaban, bro. Let me put my fucking makeup on and ride this fucking broom up your ass right now. That's really what it is. And that's how it is. And even here, that bitch that fucked with me and she thought I was racist and she didn't know who I was, they have no idea. I can walk around here and look like just a regular homeless person. But the second I put myself back on, bro, you done fucked up now. Who's she? When I first moved in here, it's like, no, I take all that off to be one of you. I take off all of my pride. I take off all my makeup. I take off my eyebrows. I sit here amongst you as one of you with nothing more than the light of God. I suffer with you. I sit here, not above you, but here with you. I'm not here to make myself look prettier. And that's what they say too, is like, why don't you dress up? I'm not trying to make myself better than these people. I'm no better. And that's what makes you think you're better, because you dress better, you have a better job, you have a better car, you look better, you smell better than them. Hey, bro, they have a better way of life. They have better morals. They have better values. They value more important things than just having, you know, flossy, you know, pretty shit. Just gotta say it. It wasn't easy. And that's the difference, is like, you'll see a lot of people where God stripped them, like Job, took everything away. No, I can show you in every video where he asked me to give up my job. He asked me to give up my car to a woman that really needed a car. He asked me to give up everything. You know what I mean? He'll ask me, you know what I mean? Down to fucking Diana, give her some money. I just got some money. Give her some. All right, whatever you say, God. That's it. I don't care. Whatever he told me to give you, he told me. Why? Because there's more to be given. The things of this world are not that important when he can just keep lavishing you with it. And that's what you need to understand. You're chasing validation through shit. All I need is this big house and then I can retire. How the fuck are you going to retire when you got to pay for this big ass house, bitch? That don't even make sense. You hear yourself thinking that house is going to bring you happiness? Where? Where is a house? I want a house next to yours if just living in that house brings happiness. Oh, you ain't got to do laundry? You ain't got to pay bills? You ain't got to fucking, you know what I mean? You ain't got to fucking scrub the toilets? Shut up, bro. A house don't make you happy, nor does a car. It makes you feel powerful. Insignificant power. The power that I got by facing the fears and going on the adventures and giving up to things and, you know what I mean, fighting all odds is a power that's way more powerful than any car I drive. How powerful do you think I feel if I got in a smart car? I feel like a stupid motherfucker in a smart car. I'd probably enjoy the ride a lot more than trying to figure out all the buttons in your fucking, your electric fucking Tesla. Realistically, yeah, it's funny. I'd have a much more exciting time. I'd laugh at myself. I'd laugh at myself the whole time. I'd buy one of those cars for pure enjoyment. Not because of pride. There's nothing prideful about this goofy ass car. Seriously? No, it's hilarious. It's just for fun. Life is just about fun. What brings you joy? Russ, how fucking joyful was your Christmas with your brand new purple Ferrari? Does it make you feel, do you feel successful? Did it bring all of the joy of the Christmas spirit to you by buying yourself a fucking purple Ferrari? Do you feel accomplished? Do you feel like this year was all worth it? Because now you have another car that doesn't fit in your garage. Sorry, I felt that one in my jellies. I felt like I was going to get cramps from that. You don't fit in my garage is what I heard. Realistically, no, it's stupid, guys. I get it, but I don't anymore. I gave it all up. I did get it. I was on it. I got it all myself. I gave it up. My music, my way of life, my clothes, my jewelry, everything I was. I created this image of who I thought I was to become what? The priestess, an image of God. An image of God in a female form. It's not really, is it powerful? I mean, yeah, people look up to you because they come running to you because they know that you can guide them and shit. But it's not so easy for me because I'm not one to lie to you. You come up to me and I got to tell you the real hard fucked up truth of where you're fucking up in life and you got to get right. So realistically, no, they don't come running up to me to ask me, where they need to get right in their life. Really? No? But that's okay. Fame and fortune? Yeah, that comes later. But in the beginning, no. When you give yourself to God, bro, you're not going to get a new wife, a new house, a new life, fame, fortune. No, bro. You get a room in the fucking convent. You better have brought your own Bible, otherwise you look stupid borrowing one. What do? You eat the same shit they eat. Realistically, I mean, a lot of times I will eat the Salvation Army food. They serve food 3 meals a day. What does that mean? What is Salvation Army? It's a homeless shelter. So the same Salvation Army down in downtown Denver that's feeding the homeless people off the street, they have an open kitchen and they feed thousands of people. They pack up those meals and they bring those meals to my building and to the other shelters. So I'm in the same ass fucking convent as the rest of them, eating the same ass food. You know what I mean? We all have, there's a clothing bank downstairs where people come and donate that we can, wear the fucking scraps of other people. And that's what it is. What are they doing? I'm sitting here praising God doing all this shit. They're just scraping off of life by this shit, which in essence is God. Who's providing for them? God. You want to know the real truth? The Salvation Army is completely funded by the Catholic charities. So again, God in all things. Really? This is not the church I thought you were going to move me into. This is some bullshit. That's where I have to build Hogwarts, magical school of arts and shit. Off of what? The Jewish Family Services. What are you talking about? Those are currently my housing navigators that are going to get me started on the rest part of my life. Really? God and God's people. Do you find it convenient that it's just that? I do. I gave myself up to God and became a godly person, and now God's people are the ones that are taking care of me as I try to take care of God's people. See this big fat circle? Realistically, well, the music industry wasn't going to take care of me, even though I was trying to take care of the music industry and give them better music. Oh, that's what the difference is. You guys aren't trying to give the music industry better music. You're trying to make them acknowledge that you are better music. Well, then make better music. You're not making anything better. I just want to point out, I get a Grammy. How do you get a Grammy? From the soundtrack to my documentary. Why? Because I'm a great musician. I gave that up to do this, but it all aligns. I needed to know how to do that for the rest of this. Realistically, yeah, we're in the Buddha energy, and that's a great energy. We're in the yogi guru energy. You can get this book. Where'd you get yours? At the thrift store for $2.99. But if I bought it, it was on sale, so I probably got it for $1.99. Priceless, if you ask me. Really? Yeah, and it has it in. You can learn. I don't know if that's Chinese or what, but it's there. It's the real deal. Really? Yeah. All these languages. Do you know what that is? No. Considering that it's no. I don't know their symbols. Do you? Hey, I love you guys. I'll catch you guys later for some more light teachings. We get a little lighthearted around. Later, say